Welcome, and thank you for taking the time to review our presentation. We would like to provide the Executive Board with a clear roadmap for optimizing team performance within your organization. Effective teams are the cornerstone of success, especially in today's hybrid work environments that require seamless collaboration across both face to face and virtual platforms. In this presentation, we have 7 different elements. First, we're going to meet our team. We're excited to introduce to you our dynamic team of 5 talented individuals who bring diverse skills, experiences, and perspectives to the table. We will then define what it means to be a team and distinguish it from a group, highlighting the unique characteristics that drive collaboration and results. We will then determine and explore the key differences between a team and a group. Next, we will explore the common barriers and challenges faced by teams, including those specific to virtual and face to face dynamics. We will then present the best practices that are here to help your organization build and sustain high performing teams with actionable strategies for both in person and virtual settings. Then we will have some actionable takeaways. By applying these insights, your organization will be well equipped to foster a culture of teamwork and achieve exceptional results. Finally, we will summarize how our team can help your organization. Each team member plays a vital role in ensuring our collective success, contributing their unique expertise to achieve our goals, whether it's through innovative problem solving, strong leadership, or creative collaboration. This team is dedicated to delivering results and making a lasting impact. Let's meet the people behind the work. Here we have Melvin Ism, Rosie Matlock-Salas, Susan Porter, myself, Logan Robson, and Ben Tallwater. Next, we are going to define teaming. Teaming is a dynamic, flexible process of collaboration where individuals come together to solve problems, innovate, and achieve shared goals, often without being part of a stable, formal team. Teaming emphasizes adaptability, communication, and mutual learning in a fast paced or uncertain environment. Unlike traditional teams, which rely on stable membership and structure, teaming thrives in context related, requiring quick formation and dissolution of groups. Edmondson 2012. The key aspects of teaming: a shared purpose. Effective teams are united by a common mission or objective, fostering a sense of collective responsibility and commitment to results. Kattensbaugh and Smith 2001. Interdependence. Individuals rely on one another's skills, expertise, and contributions to navigate the complexities, particularly in multicultural contexts. This interdependence differentiates teams from loosely associated groups. Brett, Bafar, and Kern 2006. Collaboration and communication. In successful teaming situations, individuals prioritize collaboration, openness, and the ability to leverage diverse perspectives. Blanchard 2012. Psychological safety. It is all about the importance of creating an environment where individuals feel safe to voice their ideas and concerns without fear of retribution. This fosters innovation and resilience within the group. Edmondson 2012. Performance and accountability. Well-functioning teaming groups not only achieve their goals, but also hold the members accountable, ensuring individual and collective contributions align with the overarching purpose. Kotu 2009. By fostering aspects of teaming, organizations create teams that are more cohesive, innovative, and resilient. Such teams achieve higher levels of performance, adapt effectively to change, and build stronger relationships. Whether operating in a physical office or a virtual environment, these benefits contribute directly to the organization's success and competitiveness. Through these practices, organizations cultivate teams that are cohesive, with strong interpersonal trust and collaboration, innovative, driven by shared learning and diverse perspectives, resilient, capable of maintaining effectiveness amidst uncertainty or disruption, and these qualities enhance Organizational Competitiveness and Adaptability in Both Physical and Virtual Environments, Edmondson 2012. Now that we have explored what teaming is, I'll hand it over to Melvin, who will dive deeper into teams versus groups.
Hello, everyone. Today I'll be examining critical differences between teams and groups, a distinction that's fundamental to building high-performing organizations. As organizations face increasingly complex challenges, understanding when and how to leverage true teamwork versus group work becomes essential for success. This understanding is particularly crucial as we navigate today's knowledge economy where innovation and adaptability are paramount. According to Kassenbach and Smith's seminal research, the essence of a team lies in shared commitment. As they emphasize, without it, groups perform as individuals. With it, they become a powerful unit of collective performance. True teams are distinguished by specific characteristics. First, they establish collective performance goals that everyone works toward together. Second, members hold themselves mutually accountable for results. Success or failure belongs to everyone. Third, they deliberately bring together complementary skills that enable them to achieve objectives no individual could accomplish alone. Edmondson further emphasizes that these characteristics create an environment where innovation and learning can flourish. In contrast, working groups operate on fundamentally different principles. Kassenbach and Smith explain that working groups rely primarily on individual contributions rather than collective work products. Each member maintains personal accountability for their specific tasks rather than sharing team accountability. While they may share information and perspectives, they primarily pursue individual goals. As Hagman notes in his interview with Coutu, many organizations mistakenly call their working groups teams without understanding this crucial distinction. In working groups, members coordinate their efforts but don't engage in a deep collaboration that characterizes true teamwork. This coordination is often sufficient for many tasks, but it won't deliver the multiplicative benefits of real teamwork. The fundamental distinction between teams and groups centers on performance outcomes. As Kassenbach and Smith emphasize, a real team consistently delivers performance greater than the sum of its individual members' capabilities. They write, a team strives for something greater than its members could achieve individually. This multiplication effect comes from the team's willingness to take risks and challenge each other's thinking. Eisenhart supports this, noting that high-performing teams engage in constructive conflict over ideals leading to better decisions. Groups, conversely, typically produce results that merely aggregate individual contributions, often playing it safe to maintain surface-level harmony. Edmondson's research shows that this risk-averse behavior can actually inhibit both learning and innovation. Edmondson's extensive research on teaming highlights that real teams engage in collective learning processes that transcend individual development. She introduces the concept of teaming as a verb and active process of working and learning together. This involves creating what she calls psychological safety, where team members feel safe to take risks, admit mistakes, and experiment with new approaches. Teams that master this dynamic become more innovative and adaptive over time. This is markedly different from groups, where learning typically happens at an individual level and knowledge sharing is more formal and limited. Amable and Kramer's research supports this, showing that meaningful progress in collaborative work significantly boosts innovation, significantly boosts motivation and creative output. Understanding these distinctions helps leaders make informed decisions about when to employ each structure. As Kassenbach and Smith argue, teams are essential for complex challenges requiring innovation and multiple perspectives. Edmondson adds that teams are particularly crucial when organizations need to learn and adapt quickly to changing circumstances. However, not every task requires a team. Groups work effectively when tasks are clearly defined and can be accomplished through individual effort with simple coordination. Hackman, in his interview with Coutu, warns against the common mistake of creating teams when straightforward group structures would suffice. The key is matching the structure to organizational needs while being realistic about the additional effort required to build and maintain true teams. Lastly, the distinction between teams and groups is far more semantic. As we've discussed, true teams multiply capabilities through shared commitment, collective learning, and mutual accountability. Groups, while valuable in their own right, simply add individual capabilities together. The key for organizational success lies in choosing the right structure for your objectives. As Edmondson emphasized, building true teams requires significant investment, but yields exceptional returns when done correctly. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Susan as she is going to discuss common barriers and challenges for both face-to-face and virtual teams.
Now that we understand the differences between a group and a team, let's explore the dynamics of face-to-face and virtual teams. A good team satisfies its customers, grows stronger together, and encourages growth. For teams to be effective, leaders must be aware of the barriers that can prevent teaming. Face-to-face and virtual teams experience similar challenges. Edmondson says it can be difficult for individuals to humble themselves and be open to learning from others, bringing individuals together to accomplish a common goal. Leaders have an opportunity to acknowledge potential barriers and challenges and mitigate them before they become problematic. Ineffective communication, lack of collaboration, and absence of conflict are a few barriers teams must overcome. Those barriers impact both teams. However, virtual teams have additional challenges. Edmondson identifies virtual teams as those who work across various physical locations and depend on technology for connection. They experience challenges building relationships and effective communication because of restrictions of time and space. Ineffective communication is a barrier that creates room for assumptions, misunderstandings, and errors. Teams struggle to communicate when they lack trust, a challenge leaders must ensure their teams overcome. Leaders establish trust within the team by creating psychological safety. Psychological safety allows team members to share ideas, questions, concerns, or mistakes without fear of punishment. Physical distance is a barrier that impacts how a team communicates. Virtual teams may span across time zones, so communication isn't always in real time. The lack of in-person connection also makes it harder for virtual teams to build trust. Bringing teams together physically helps build trust and awareness of differences. Multicultural teams experience language and cultural barriers that impact how they communicate. According to Brett et al., the difference between direct and indirect communication can cause serious damage to relationships when team projects run into problems. Virtual and face-to-face teams may have to work through language barriers and understand cultural differences to improve communication and teaming expectations. You can't compete externally if you can't collaborate internally. Teaming is about bringing people together with various backgrounds, experiences, and expertise to achieve a shared goal. Leaders provide the vision to remind the team what they are working to accomplish. When team members are aligned on the goal or vision, it is easier to collaborate on ideas and seek input and feedback. Leaders must be aware of the power dynamic within team hierarchy and encourage feedback from all members. Leaders can create an inclusive environment by soliciting feedback from lower status individuals in the group. This creates value for the opinions of others and sets the tone for open collaboration regardless of position or title. Fear of failure is a barrier for face-to-face and virtual teams. Team members may be reluctant to share their challenges or setbacks for fear of being seen as incompetent or negative. No one wants to be blamed if a project doesn't go according to plan. Leaders should develop a learning approach to failure by asking questions, being curious, and being tolerant of others. Face-to-face and virtual teams must be able to constructively disagree. Teams that can challenge one another's thinking have a better understanding of available options and make better decisions. They do not avoid conflict because they have built trust and have open communication and collaboration. Eisenhardt et al. Says teams who avoid conflict lack common goals, have interpersonal conflict, and lack alternative solutions to challenges. When face-to-face or virtual teams lack common goals, personal opinions can get in the way. Teams are unable to constructively disagree because they are not headed in the same direction. Interpersonal conflict limits how much team members will challenge one another. Kotu said teams must be real. Team members must be able to express disagreement without it being personal. Effective teaming is achieved when various solutions are presented. Leaders create environments that encourage collaboration and sharing alternative solutions to problems. Soliciting feedback, asking questions, and digging deeper can facilitate conflict that moves the group to think further. Debating multiple alternatives prevents conflict from turning personal. Moving beyond the barriers, Rosie will now highlight the benefits of virtual and face-to-face teams.
While teams, both virtual and face-to-face, do have unique barriers to overcome, by implementing the right tools and strategies, organizations can unlock their full potential to achieve organizational goals. Let's take a look at the best practices to building high-performing teams. To build a truly effective team, 4 key elements are essential: framing to inspire and motivate, creating a psychologically safe environment, failing better to learn and grow, and teaming across boundaries. Let's dive into how these elements come together to drive success. Building high-performing teams starts with a clear and effective framing of the work. Framing helps people make sense of the uncertainty that comes with change, creating shared understanding and aligning everyone with the new performance goals. When done intentionally, framing inspires collaboration, clarifies priorities, and encourages behaviors essential for success. This process revolves around 3 key dimensions: the leader's role, the team's role, and the project's purpose, each vital for aligning efforts, strengthening cohesion, and driving results. Framing the leader's role lays the foundation for success by clarifying how they will support, guide, and encourage collaboration and continuous learning. By acknowledging their own fallibility and emphasizing teaming, leaders help their teams develop the habits needed to thrive. Framing team roles fosters alignment, builds trust, and minimizes misunderstandings. When everyone sees how their contributions support shared goals, collaboration improves, fueling innovation and better performance. Framing the project's purpose clarifies why the teamwork matters, aligning everyone toward a common goal. Clear objectives bring focus, unity, and motivation, empowering teams to overcome challenges and achieve success. Now that we've established the importance of framing, let's explore how creating a psychologically safe environment further enhances team performance. Creating a psychologically safety is essential for fostering collaboration and performance. Leaders must build an environment, whether in person or virtual, where team members feel comfortable sharing ideas, asking questions, and admitting mistakes without fear or judgment of repercussions. This foundation allows teams to navigate disagreements constructively, learn from setbacks, and achieve stronger results. Psychological safety amplifies trust and openness, strengthens connections, and deepens understanding, creating the groundwork for collaboration and innovation. It also enhances accountability. When both safety and accountability are high, team members communicate openly, learn from one another, and take ownership of their work, ultimately driving team success. This leads us to the next element of high-performing teams: embracing failure as a learning opportunity, allowing teams to fail better and succeed faster. The reality is, when implementing new processes, developing innovative ideas, or making significant improvements, perfection rarely happens on the first try. Failure is inevitable and plays a crucial role in growth. By viewing failure as a learning opportunity, teams can refine their approach and improve over time. Small failures, in particular, act as early warning signs, providing valuable insights that help teams adjust and avoid larger mistakes down the road. Shifting the mindset from seeing failure as a setback to viewing it as an opportunity for growth and innovation allows teams to learn faster, adapt quickly, and succeed more efficiently. This mindset is crucial for high performing teams, where learning from failure drives success and continuous improvement. As teams embrace failure as part of the learning process, they become better at collaborating, innovating across boundaries, breaking down silos, and tapping into diverse perspectives. Now, let's take a closer look at how this approach strengthens team performance and drives results through effective teaming across boundaries. At its core, teaming is about breaking down boundaries, whether physical, hierarchical, or knowledge based, and using everyone's expertise to make informed, collaborative decisions. In today's fast paced environment, teaming across boundaries is more critical than ever. With rapid advancements in technology, evolving knowledge, and fierce global competition, the need for cross boundary collaboration has grown significantly, especially as product life cycles shorten and lead times become tighter. Virtual teams have a unique advantage because distance naturally requires collaboration across boundaries. Beyond just geographic separation, working across boundaries brings together people with diverse knowledge and different levels of status, boosting collaboration and improving overall team performance. To promote effective communication and collaboration across boundaries, leaders can take three key actions. First, set a unifying goal that brings the team together around a shared purpose. Second, encourage curiosity to foster ongoing learning and idea exchange. And third, provide clear guidelines to ensure smooth collaboration and minimize misunderstandings.
All right, I will have the conclusion and actionable takeaways today for our team, getting into foster team clarity. As seen in our TED Talks and from Edmondson's findings, there are multiple things that need to be done to help clarify things to be done within a team. Firstly, roles and responsibilities must be clearly defined for each team member. If a team member knows exactly what needs to be done, then they will have a better understanding of what it will take to have a success as a team. Secondly, clarify objectives for each member to accomplish throughout the process. Third, align individual goals and team goals. All goals of individuals should directly relate to the goals of the team. Lastly, we need to create guidelines to follow when confusion arises. If there is no plan in place, then the people of a group will struggle to find the best way to fix the problem at hand. Getting into building strong communication mechanisms. The first thing that must be done within a team is that there is constant checking in and constant feedback so that teams can grow and get better as they continue to work together. Secondly, honest and transparent communication. This might be the most important point, in my opinion, for a team to have success. A team will never have consistent high level success if they cannot rely and trust other members. Thirdly, in any specific setting, it is necessary to use any and all tools of communication with a group member. Lastly, face-to-face communication is the most effective way to communicate and causes the most growth. All channels of communication are important, but face-to-face causes the most growth. Getting into the third slide, acknowledging and addressing obstacles. As a team, it is important to point out challenges as soon as possible so that team alerting decisions do not need to be made often. Secondly, adapting to each team member and their specific ways of responding to a situation. Each member is different, so that we have to understand how a team member will respond and adapt. Specifically, with our group this semester, whether that was finding different times when we can meet or how we communicate through email or Canvas message, that's our specific instance in our group. Lastly, responsibility and accountability are crucial. If someone is not willing to take accountability, a team member will notice that and the team will notice that, and that will kill a team. But on the flip side, if a teammate is willing to accept a wrongdoing, that will empower a group and cause them to grow even more. Getting into the next slide, team development. 4 points I want to hit on, and then that'll be our conclusion. First, appreciate and recognize other people's improvements and successes. So their success will help the team get better, and we notice that within our team with our Canvas messaging, again, because we call each other up like when our slides look good, but we also are willing to give hard points, which is my third point I will get to. A team has to push themselves to have new experiences so that the team can grow. That's my second point. The third point is failure is a good thing. I just noted that in my first point, but when we did our first slides, our rough draft slides and our rough draft presentations, we were willing to give constructive feedback, and that allowed for our failures or our wrongdoings, which were honestly not as bad as some other teams have experienced, but we grew from them and we had success from them. And now our team has presented our final project. The last final point I'm going to hit on: teammates have specific skill sets that they contribute to the team. Each skill set of a member is different, and so it is up to the team to utilize each person for their specific skills. That's the presentation, and thank you very much.